Hi there, I'm Miss Fairy, and welcome to a suggestion from. Today's suggestion is brought to us by a first grader named Cam. Cam has so kindly asked me if I could teach you all about endangered animals. Now, I think that's a great idea, but I didn't know a whole ton about endangered animals, and when you don't know about something, it's important to learn about it and do your research on it. So, I've got a lot of information in front of me, which you can't see, but that's okay, it's too messy. So, I'm going to share with you what I found. Now, what does endangered mean? You might be wondering that. So, endangered means that the animals are having a hard time surviving in their environment, which is where they live. So, if an animal is endangered, it has a chance of becoming extinct. Now, if it becomes extinct, that means there's going to be no more of that kind of animal around. So, when I was looking things up, I found the top 10 most endangered animals. So, let's take a look. Anyone know what this first one is? It's a gorilla. Now, there's different kinds of gorillas, but the two most endangered kinds of gorillas are the cross river gorillas and the mountain gorillas. Okay. Next up, we have the Amur leopard. There's less than 70 of the Amur leopard left, according to this website. Okay, next up we have sea turtles. There's two types of sea turtles that are most endangered, and that is the hawksbill turtle and the leatherback turtle. Sea turtles live in the ocean. Next up, we have the orangutan. So the Sumatran orangutan is on the most endangered list. Okay, then next up, we're going to have the Sumatran elephant. That is endangered. It has lost about 70% of its habitat, which means where it lives. Then this one I found very interesting. I've never heard of this animal before, and you probably haven't either. It's called the saola. And this is a very rare animal, which means there's definitely not a lot of them. They live in Asia, and people say they refer to it as the Asian unicorn because it has not been seen very much, and it almost looks like it's made up because nobody really ever saw anything like this. So the saola is an endangered animal. Okay, next up, this is another really rare animal. It kind of looks like a whale, doesn't it? It's not a whale. Now, I'm finding different ways to say it. When I was looking it up, I heard about 3 or 4 different ways to say the name of this animal, so I might be saying it wrong. Some people called it the vaquita, some people called it vaquita, some people called it vaquita. So I'm not sure which way you pronounce it, but this animal is very rare, and it's thought that there are less than 100 of them left. So that's really not a lot of them left. These are also an ocean animal. An ocean is their habitat. Okay, next up we have, I'm sure you know what this is. You might have seen it at the zoo. It's a tiger. So there are 9 different kinds of tigers, and 3 of them are already extinct, which means they're not around anymore. And now there's 2 more kinds of tigers that are endangered, and that is the South China tiger and the Sumatran tiger. Okay, next up we have, oh, I'm sure you know this one. That is the rhinoceros. There's 5 species of rhinoceros, and the 3 most endangered are the black rhino, the Javan rhino, and the Sumatran rhino. Notice a lot of these animals are the Sumatran kind. That's what I'm noticing when I'm doing my research on these animals. Okay, next up, this is the number 1 on the list here then, and this is called the pangolin. That's the pangolin. And these are a little guy, and there's 8 different kinds of species, and all 8 of them are endangered. Now, when I was doing my reading on this, there's also something called vulnerable. They're not quite endangered yet, but vulnerable means that they could become endangered. And there was 3 of them that I thought we could talk about today. So the first vulnerable animal we're going to take a look at are dolphins. So there's a lot of different kinds of dolphins, but the most vulnerable ones are a few different kinds of river dolphins. And for fun, I thought I'd show you my stuffed dolphin. Woo! This is a swirly dolphin that I got at the zoo. Okay, next up on our list of vulnerable, we're going to talk about the giant panda. Now, I was so lucky a few years ago, I got to go to the National Zoo and I saw 3 giant pandas. And while I was there, I got this cute little stuffed one. He's so cute. Oh my goodness. And I thought, since they were so cute, I would share with you a couple pictures I took of them. Now, these are some live photos, so hold it. There you go. He's eating bamboo. And there's another one, also eating bamboo. These 2 were really hungry. That's the same one again. So hungry. They're so cute. And this last one, he was tired. He was just chilling. Just chilling. Okay, and then lastly, we're going to take a look at the polar bear. Polar bears are also vulnerable. Now, I love polar bears, and I have a cute little stuffed one, and a lot of times in my class in the winter time we learn about polar bears, and one of the cool things we've done before is look at the paw print of a polar bear. So a polar bear's paw is about 12 inches long, which is about the length of a ruler. Not about, it is the length of a ruler. So I made my own polar bear paw a few years ago. So take a look at it next to my face. It's bigger than my face, which is crazy. And we've done a thing where we measure our hand on a polar bear's hand. So as you can tell, a polar bear's paw is a lot bigger than my hand. See if you can put your hand next to the screen. If you're watching this on a phone, well, your hand will be bigger. If you're watching this on a tablet, maybe it'll be about the same size. Maybe I should turn it this way. There we go. If you're watching it on the TV, that would be really cool too. So there you go, you can measure your hand there. All right, so that's the end of our list of endangered and vulnerable animals. So thank you again to Cam for his great suggestion of what we talk about today. If anyone else has a suggestion for what they would like me to talk about, let me know, send me a message, and we'll see you next time on A Suggestion from I'm Miss Fairy. We'll see you next time.